through. Not to think too much of you. But the more I try, the more I find.
Sally, stay.
I just can't leave the past behind. Times that are happy are times that are few. And once I was happy when I had you. All I see is you.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I could just have your attention, please. Ladies and gents, attention, please. As you know, the aim of this treasure hunt is to raise money for the refurbishing of the children's playground. That being so, why am I still waiting for the entrance fees of the following team leaders? Mike Bradley, Phil Bellamy, and Tom Nicholson.
Oh, come on, Tom, cough up.
Gina, this mystery partner you've lined up for.
Don't worry, she'll turn up. Doris Pilbrow's late for everything.
Doris Hillbrow? What sort of name is that?
How did the operation go, by the way?
Oh, yeah, it's taken years off her.
Now, just a second.
All right, that table over there, just be quiet, will you? Now, there are lists being handed round by my very attractive assistant. A list of 24 questions. These are to be fathomed. Driven to, walked to, cycled to. It's up to you. And next Saturday we come back here at 7 p.m. when the papers will be marked and the winner will be announced. Now, is all that clear? Right, good. Drink up.
So until the day when you are back with me to stay.
You know you're a month earlier this year.
I'm surprised he's here at all with Dr. Beeching on Rampage.
Aye. Are you then?
I'm confused, Elf, of Aidensfield.
You know what always bothered me? It's not so much him walking out as never writing to explain.
Well, I can only say what I do every year.
That he might be dead, yes, I know. But he isn't.
Well, I know there isn't.
He isn't, because I've seen him.
You've seen your husband. You've seen Alan.
Don't look at me like that. Look, I came in from walking the dog last night, and there he was. He was looking just like he did the day he left.
What did he say, Al?
He didn't get a chance. I hit him with a flat iron. It was right across the shoulder. Well, he skedaddled, and then I heard this motor scooter zoom off like a wasp in a bottle.
Well, is anything missing?
No. Well, there was a box of photographs upended on the bedroom floor, but that's about it. You don't think I've got a slate missing, do you, Al?
Well, no more than the rest of us. It is a puzzler, though.
In Herondale, between the bike and the babysitter, you'll find Billy Blue. What is he?
Oh, sorry. Mr. Vernon! There's somebody in the barn! I don't think I've had the pleasure.
Anton Barret, monsieur.
Oh, French. Bonjour.
Vous parlez français?
Un peu. But I can't bring to mind the French for what are you doing in my barn?
Que faites-vous dans ma grange? My scooter, it broke down. I pushed it here. No one at home. I took the liberty. But I'm happy to pay.
Oh, well, we charge £5 a night for campers and extra £0.5 for breakfast. David's just about to make some.
A feet on the ground sort of woman, Helen Jones. Or so I thought.
Well, there can be funny people abandoned women. The husband just disappeared, you say?
23 years ago, he went off with a large amount of his company's money. £11,000 to be precise. Headquarters records can't find the case file, but they're never ones for looking very hard.
And you and her meet once a year. To what? Mourn? Celebrate?
Well, to try and make sense of it. We never do, of course, but it keeps her going.
Right, look into it. And if you do come across the husband, looking young as ever, nab his recipe.
You know, I was once off at a farm in France. Bloke said if I turned the stables into holiday homes, I'd make a fortune. I said to him, who wants to live here? All those mosquitoes.
Where was this?
The Dordogne Valley. Where's your neck of the woods, then?
Burgundy.
Oh, yes. Proper wine comes from there. Now, that I could get used to. Sitting on the patio at night, bottle of wine on the go. Acres of it growing right in front of my eyes.
You could have all that here.
Well, we do open the odd bottle of vino on a summer evening.
Sometimes more than one.
No, what I mean is the grapes. You could grow them here in one of the fields in the back. Already you have 2 excellent vineyards in Yorkshire.
How much could we charge per bottle?
Top price. And my father, he has his own vineyard. It's just a small one. He could supply vines, a wine press, that sort of thing. All at a knockdown price. Is that what you say?
Certainly what I say. Knockdown price. Nah, it'd take years to establish a vineyard.
Oh, so, but while you wait for your grapes to grow, we'll bring our wine over for you to sell. We'll make a profit. You'll make a new business partner.
How do you think this chap got in?
Alan, you mean? Oh, back door, front door. Why never look either?
Well, you should. Times are changing. And it can't have been Alan.
Why not?
Because people grow older. You and me have. Oh, I've missed my cake this week. Mrs. Ventress has gone to visit her mother. Oh, which reminds me. You know this treasure hunt?
Oh, I read about it in paper.
Well, how'd you fancy partnering me?
I'd love to.
Bernard, I want you to meet my new business associate, Anton Burrell. We're here to offer you the chance to invest in Scripps Vineyards.
Scripps what?
Vineyards, Bernard. Anton reckons our soil and position are just right for growing...
Pinot Noir, monsieur. A red grape, especially suited for northern climes. For white, I suggest Madeleine Angevin.
Angevin.
You know, you remind me of someone. An expert on any subject they've studied for at least 2 minutes.
Bernard, Anton's father owns vineyards the length and breadth of France. For once, I've teamed up with someone who knows what he's talking about.
There'll be no investment from me, Vernon. And don't go using my good name at the bank. Use your own bad one. Actually, you do remind me of someone.
I shall put this, Mr. Scripps.
Back in the truck.
Bernard, we have a visitor from foreign climes. Least you could do is fix his scooter. Forgive my brother, Anton. He once had a bad experience with a dodgy scallop in Boulogne. It's coloured his judgment.
Merci bien, monsieur.
Come on.
You know, there is something else you can do for me, Vernon.
Oh, really?
I need to find someone, someone who lives locally. Huh?
Oh, no problem.
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Yes.
Vernon Scripps Vineyards. May I ask a favour concerning your delightful property?
Come in.
Oh, thank you. So you see, we're looking for somewhere to photograph our brochure. And this house being so quintessentially English would be perfect. Do you think we might use it? For a consideration, of course.
Scripps Vineyards, you say?
Yes. Yes, we'd have the average English family sitting round the fire on a winter's evening, a bottle of our Pinot Noir, breathing quietly. A warm, mellow scene. Have you been here long?
Oh, a couple of years.
Oh, a recent move, then. Where were you before?
Eltring.
I know it well. Whereabouts?
Do you know Hindle Street?
I do indeed. Mrs. Jones, there's my card. Give me a ring tomorrow when you've made a decision. I'll see myself out.
I thought you had a date.
She never showed up. Again. I've given up on her. Hello. Can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for Tom Nicholson. I'm Doris Pilbrown.
Ventris? Helen Jones has been on. Seems Vernon Scripps called on her last night, spun her some yarn, which makes him the second person poking around her house for no reason. Have a word, will you?
Right.
And find out who handled the original case. Alan Jones and his £11,000.
Oh, that was D.I. Kearton. He's retired now, but he lives in Slaybeck Village.
Harry Kearton? I was 3 years at Scarborough with Harry. We're among friends, lads.
Playing hide and seek with me, and everybody else can see. Just when I want you near, you run away and leave me lovelessly.
I'm sorry, Tom, I keep leaving you behind.
It's all right. I'm just taking it easy.
And if you wanted to keep in touch, well then I've gotta hear your voice call out. You're not the closest, but you're getting warmer.
I didn't know policemen had days off. Should make this a regular thing, keep us both fit.
Smashing. Meantime...
On Tuesday, in Skilbrick Village Hall, something's in the air. What? Well, what's that supposed to mean?
That's the point. We're supposed to work it out.
Well, it doesn't make sense. And even if it did, it isn't Tuesday.
Just fancy coffee, Dotty. There's a place over the next hill.
Come on then, race you there.
Hello. Are you sitting down, Harry? It's Dennis Merton.
Dennis Merton? Where are you phoning from?
Ashfordley. I'm station sergeant here.
Aye, I heard you had a bit of trouble. Look, how can I help you?
It's one of your old cases. File's gone missing. I was hoping you could shed some light. Alan Jones?
He's not turned up, has he?
Well, that's the big question. His wife says he broke into her house a few days ago.
Look, I've got to come into Whitby this morning. I'll pop in on the way. Has it beaten you, Bernie?
Don't know what they brought it in for now. Wrong with it, out of petrol, that's all.
Who's it belong to?
New business associate of Vernon's. Speaks with a French accent.
That's because he's French, Bernard. Well, gentlemen, you'll be able to tell your grandchildren that you were in on the birth of Scripps Vineyards.
Scripps Vineyards?
And by the way, Bernard, the bank will give me a loan as long as I can drum up 20 expressions of interest. So much for my bad name.
Well, before you jet off to your tax haven, we've a couple of questions we want to ask. Last night, you visited Helen Jones. Your business isn't up and running and you're already planning a brochure.
I'm a fast mover.
Your purpose for seeing her last night was to find out where she lived before. Why?
I was making polite conversation. You know, you should try it yourself sometimes.
You were there under false pretences, Vernon. You said you knew Hindle Street. Well, there isn't one in Eltering.
And who is this new business partner, anyway?
To make the terrace, David, you start at the top. You cut out the step and place what you take out on the step above as topsoil.
Well, so there's no quick way of doing this, Mr. Anton?
No, it must be done properly, by hand.
Anton Burrell?
English not good.
You mean you don't recognise your own name?
Encore?
Venez-vous avec moi, police station, s'il vous plaît?
Harry! You look fit as ever. Retirement must suit you.
Well, my wife wouldn't agree with you. She says I'm under her feet all day.
Mike Bradley, ex-DI Harry Kearton.
I do.
How do you do? Take a seat, Harry. Alan Jones. Put us in the picture.
Alan Jones embezzled nigh on 11 grand from his employer, Kilby's of Scarborough, insurance brokers.
Was he charged?
No.
Come August 19th, 1946, we were all there ready to nick him when he got to the office. But he never showed up.
Someone tipped him off?
Oh, most certainly. Good-looking man like that. Probably one of the girls in the office. But this bloke, his wife saw. And it can't be him, surely.
Well, no, for a start, he's in his early 20s.
This is Anton Varel. We reckon him for the break-in, though he's having none of it.
He says he doesn't speak much English.
The shirt. Undo it, please.
Pardon?
You heard. Undo it.
I fell off my scooter.
Yeah, and I'm the tooth fairy. Helen Jones hit you with a flat iron.
Who?
What do you think, Harry? See any resemblance to Alan?
Well, I can see in a bad light he might be mistaken for him, but bit of a long shot, though.
What's your game then, laddie?
I have nothing more to say.
You haven't got a suit, have you, David?
No. Right, if I need one, I'll borrow one of Mr. Scripps' pallbearer ones.
Give the moths a day out, eh?
Well, no, they sleep during the day, do moths.
Oh, never mind. Look, this one's from the WI Jumble Sale. Oh, thanks, Mr. Vernon. Now, I expect you to wear it while we're out in the county drumming up sales for Scripps Vineyards.
Oh, well, what about all the terracing?
Oh, never mind about that. I want you to run a bowl of warm water. Thanks to the local off-licence, these are going to be the gateway to our success. One sip of this, they'll be ordering bathfuls of it.
So, are these the same wines that we'll be making, then?
Very similar. So we'll use these as samples. We'll just take the labels off so we don't confuse anybody.
Right, wait there, please. See to the paperwork, will you, Ventris?
There you are.
I've just remembered who he reminds me of. Aidensfield darts team. I had a friend who were in it. He's lent me this, so be careful with it. Who's holding the trophy?
Alan Jones, the spitting image of his son.
Oscar, Gina, good afternoon.
You know the rules. You don't bring your own booze in here.
Gina, this is not booze. This is a golden opportunity. Scripps Vineyards would like to offer you a share of next year's fermentation. Try the Madeleine Angevine from our sister vineyard in northern France.
Hey, it's not bad, that.
Go on, then. Let's have a try.
I think the Pinot Noir for Mr. Blayton, David.
Now, it's got a real kick to it, there's this, Mr. Blayton.
Was it?
That's not bad. What's the catch?
I shall take that as a merry little quip, inspired by the witty little wine you've just tasted. Can I put you down for 3 dozen bottles of each? And I'll guarantee to undercut the price by a third.
Can I have that in writing?
Right, Anton, let's stop messing around. This photo of Alan Jones is a dead ringer for you, so all things considered, we reckon you're his son.
We think that Alan sent you over to find out whether Helen was alive and living in Eltry.
And since you never met and you had no photos of her, you broke in looking for one. A snap with your dad, say, to make sure you'd got the right Helen Jones.
Why your father's sudden interest? Was it the money that he'd embezzled?
No.
Well, then what?
2 years ago, after my mother died, he starts to look back at the mistakes he made. And now he wonders, is it all too late, like people say, so he asked me to find out the things you say are more important if there's a man in Helen's life.
Right. Who speaks French around here?
Phil.
Bellamy? Judging by his reports, the man can barely speak English.
Well, to the best of my knowledge, Vernon Scripps does.
Are you sure?
Hello, David. Vernon.
Oh! Pawn to King's Bishop 4.
Oh, very droll, Sergeant. We've not had that one. We've had the men from the Prue, Coco the Clown, the Ashfordley Mafia. Can we help you?
Well, we'd like you to translate a telegram to Anton's father. Helen alive, well and unattached. Stop. Suggest immediate visit. Anton.
Helen,
Aye, I thought as much.
No, Sergeant. You asked me for help, and I was found wanting. Allow me to put that right.
Hélène Vivant est célibataire. Sujet visite immédiatement.
Splendid. And Sergeant Merton asked if you could add the following, just to make it authentic. Bring old wine press, stop. Have buyer, stop. Anton.
Not to ask for more. Someday our ocean
Come this way.
will find its shore.
Alan Jones, PC Ventris, PC Nicholson, Ashfordley Police. My sergeant would like to have a word with you.
Oh. You don't waste much time, do you? Come on then. Get down with my luggage, will you?
This way.
Anton, mon cher. Comment est-ce qu'ils t'ont traité?
Bien, Papa. English, if you don't mind. When your son's bail has been arranged, he can leave, Mr. Jones. We'll hang on to his passport pending further inquiries.
And what about me?
We've one or two outstanding matters to discuss. This way, please. Bradley, let XDI Kearton know we have Alan Jones in custody. Right, Mr. Jones. Why the renewed interest in a wife you've not seen for 23 years?
Regrets. What else? Leaving her was a big mistake. Sure, I was happy enough with Anton's mother, but there was very little passion in our lives. This is kind of talk too French for you, Sergeant.
So back you've come for a second crack at it?
To see if such a thing is possible.
What do you make of our friend here, PC Ventris?
I reckon he still needs to explain the £11,000 that went missing.
Charge me if you like. It's the price I'm willing to pay. But I'm back here to see Helen before we're both too old to care anymore.
What happens if she doesn't want to see you?
Good question, eh? We've a cell you can mull it over in.
Dennis Merton about?
He's finished for the day, sir. Can I help?
I'm XDI Kearton. He ran to ask if he could use my old notebooks. I thought I'd kept them, but the wife must have slung them out. Tell him I'm sorry, will you?
I will, sir.
You're holding Jones here, I take it?
I was just about to take him a cup of tea.
You don't think I could have a word to you? Be like closing a book to me.
Can't see any harm. Come on through, sir.
Here, I'll take the table.
Oh. Old friend to see you, Mr. Jones.
Oh, cracky, I'm sorry.
No problem, sir.
Oh, right.
There's a mop in the corridor.
OK. What have you told him?
Nothing.
Keep it that way. I've still got the case files, and there are things in there that can get you 10 years. Oh, come on, lad, let me do it.
No, sir, it's all right.
This pub's clue number 5, by the way.
The irritable bunch on the road to Lockton. The cross keys. Al, you're a marvel.
Cheers.
Cheers.
You've no idea what Alan did with the money, have you?
No. No, dear Harry, he didn't say too much about that. Tried to spare my feelings, I imagine.
Dear Harry? Harry Kearton? You were friends?
We'd have been more than just friends if Harry had had his way, but not my cup of tea. Married man.
Right. He did question you?
Yes?
And he did search your house.
Yes, thoroughly, but I don't think he... Hang on a sec. Is this why I'm here?
We're just talking.
Oh, no, we're not. You're working overtime trying to find out if I got a share of that money. How long have we known each other?
Where are you going?
Home. By taxi. Oh, and thanks for the drink.
Where are we? Let's call it a day, shall we? Where do they come from?
Down there, look!
Shall we see if anyone's in? Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Anyone home?
Hello? Hello, can you hear me? Don't worry, we're here now. Everything's going to be fine.
Doesn't look like there's a phone and no sign of a car either.
Oh, it's nasty. It's probably broken. She must be in agony. Give me a hand.
Okay.
That's it. You take a head.
It's all right. It's okay. We're just going to move you over. It's all right. Nice and gently. There you go. There you go. Take it easy. Take it easy.
No.
It's all right. It's all right.
Mike, my bag. Painkillers. Oh, thank you. Get some water while you're in there. Find something to make a splint. Then tea towels, sheets, anything to tie it. Hey, you fainted, but you're safe. You're at home. You've had a fall, I think. Banged your head into the bargain.
Man's voice. I'm sure I heard a man's voice.
You did. He's gone to get a glass of water. Now, I want you to take 2 of these and try to keep your leg very still. I'm going to immobilise it.
Look, I've got you a glass of water. We're going to give you some painkillers. Just get up for us. It'll be okay. Be all right. There you go. There you go. There you go. That's it. Good girl. That's it. I'm just going to put you back down. I'm going to put you back down. It's all right. You're in safe hands. That's okay.
Useful man. Your husband.
Oh, no, he's not my husband.
I'd better get a sheet or something.
They're on the landing.
I'm Tricia Summerby, a doctor. Mike Bradley's a police officer. We're both from Aidensfield.
Rebecca Tattershall.
When did you do this, Rebecca?
The day before yesterday. Fell off a ladder in the barn. Is it broken?
Almost certainly. And you'd no choice but to stay here, I suppose, till someone showed up.
Aye. Monday the feed man delivers.
That's 3 days away.
Look, I know this might sound like a daft question, but where exactly are we?
Owlet Moor.
Owlet Moor?
We're on a treasure hunt. We got lost.
I'm glad you did.
Look, is there anything else I can do?
When was the last time you ate, Rebecca?
Just before I fell, I think.
Find the nearest phone box. Call an ambulance.
Well, I hope their map reading skills are better than yours.
I can tell he's not your husband. Yet. Does what you tell him.
I'll do that first.
Hey, look who's here.
Oh, since you're on your feet, John.
I don't have any feet anymore, Alf. She's worn them off me. Same again all round, is it?
So how's it going then?
Well, number 10's just silly. Who in Hexton was beloved of Archibald in 1692? Well, lots of people, I should think.
You want to find a headstone, Dottie, and it'll say Archibald, beloved of so-and-so. You want the so-and-so.
No, I want the answer to the question.
You won't forget now. Speak to my brother in the morning. He'll come up and look after the stock.
Don't worry, we'll sort it out.
You two keep inside and get dry.
You were great. Bossy, but great.
Sorry.
No. You had a job to do. Look, I've been thinking.
Oh, the treasure hunt, I agree. Let's cut our losses.
No, about us. And Alf Ventris.
Alf? What's he got to do with anything?
Well, you know, married to the same woman all those years. And I keep thinking, well, you know...
Does he really love her?
Yeah.
And?
And the answer is... yes, he does.
Let me get this straight. You opened the cell door. Keaton was holding a cup of tea.
Yes, Sarge. Then he dropped it, so I went to fetch him up.
Leaving him and Jones together.
5 seconds at the most.
Stay out of my way for the rest of this shift, Nicholson. Harry Keaton came here last night. Told Nicholson he'd binned his old pocketbooks. Do you believe that?
I don't believe it of any copper.
Nor do I believe he couldn't see a likeness between Anton and his father.
This man got me out of scrapes time and time again. Taught me most of what I know.
Alan Jones was tipped off, Sergeant. The only people who knew about this were policemen.
And you reckon that points a finger at Keaton? Trouble with this duty room, Bradley, is everyone's got an opinion.
Hey, everybody drink on me. Everybody, have a drink, have a drink, have a drink on me.
This one's made from grapes grown on the south face of limestone, among flower meadows, which gives it its bouquet. Cornflowers, buttercup, wild orchids, they're all in there.
Well, yes, I think I can taste them. Would you mind if I asked Mr. Swarbrick to join us? He's just finishing lunch, I believe.
Oh, certainly. The more the merrier. Who is he exactly?
He's chairman of the local Vintners Association. Knows a good wine when he sees one.
An expert? We've got a choice, lad. We either go, or we stay and tough it out.
Have a drink on me. Everybody have a drink on me. Hey, everybody.
Hello? Harry. Dennis Merton. Age is getting the better of me. Who's that fellow we nicked up on the quayside at Scarborough? July 49 or thereabouts.
Oh, now you're asking.
Chased him up to the big fountain. He let in. You sent me an after him, eh?
But I tell you what, I'll look it up and I'll let you know.
Thanks, Harry. Great days, eh?
Well, they were here.
Interesting.
Dennis, nice to see you. Come in. I'll get the waiter making us a cup of tea.
Not for us, Harry. We're not staying long.
By the way, Dennis, the name of that fellow in Scarborough...
Henry George Clark. I knew it before I asked you.
Am I missing something?
You told P.C. Nicholson your wife had slung out your old pocketbooks. You were lying. How else would you have found Henry Clark's name?
Go on.
You didn't want us poking around in the Jones case. You were afraid that among your notes would be a giveaway. That you were the one who tipped him off.
And why would I do such a thing?
The oldest reason in the book. You were sweet on his wife. So you forewarned him so he'd make a run for it.
And then, of course, there's the money. Still unrecovered.
Dennis, this was all a long time ago.
Don't ask me to sweep this under the carpet, Harry. I've already made one almighty gaff as a copper. I'm not about to make another.
I think it's about time you left.
You're not leaving without your pocketbooks, Mr. Kearton. And the case file, if you're the one that took it.
And what if I say no?
You really want them to hear the full story? How you would have ditched her for another man's wife?
Out! Out! I've got it. You're the irritable bunch on the road to Lockton.
Oh, yes. What is it, then?
Well, you think I'm stupid? I'm not telling you. So, what do you think it is, then?
I'm not daft enough to fall for that one.
I'll be if the police want to interrupt a treasure hunt, but we start this afternoon. Witnesses. I want them all re-interviewed.
Right, Sergeant.
Stones. Turn them over, and there they are.
They being what, Fentress?
Secrets, Sarge. We've all got them, I suppose.
Would that be a reference to my almighty gaff? There's a place down the road sells coffee. Pull into it. A year ago, I arrested a man everyone else had given up on. Come the interview, he asked for a dozen other offences to be taken into consideration. A certain chief inspector, who told me to drop the case, decided to take the credit for my hard work. The argument that followed became colourful. I can't say I remember doing it, but I remember having done it a split second later. I punched him. So hard he dropped like a stone.
And your career with it.
Aye, but luckily there was a senior officer who could see my point of view, so instead of being cashiered, I was sent back to uniform with a second chance.
What should we tell the others?
The truth. I lost my temper. I'm given to it. Now and then.
Anton, it doesn't look... Well, it doesn't actually look wholesome.
It is the rock on which every vineyard is built, Venom. And to you, only £15.
So, how does it work, Monsieur Anton?
First, you crush the grapes. Here. Then, you put the grapes in the box. Here. Then, you screw the top down till it crushes the grapes. Here. Then, voila. The juice collects here.
The wood won't float to the top, do they?
The French make their wine this way for centuries. Do we rule the wilderness or no?
Of course you do. £15. Less your board and lodging. Let's call it around 13, eh?
5 witnesses, and you're telling me they're all useless?
Especially 2 of them. They're both dead.
And what about this Glyn Williams, the accounts manager?
82 and deaf as a post. The next one's gone to Australia, and the last one's in hospital.
When's she coming out?
They don't think she is.
Well, we know all the witnesses are duff, but Alan Jones doesn't.
Well?
From where I'm sitting, you've got 2 problems, Alan. 1, you're anxious to make your peace with Helen. 2, we've got a list of the witnesses from the original files that we found at Harry Kearton's house.
Tell me, how did it work between you 2? Did you split the 11,000?
Oh, you finally caught up, I see. Split it? No. Harry took the lot.
And that was that?
Oh, make no mistake, Constable, it rankled. I found out Harry paid cash for that house. Said a relative had died. Wasn't true.
I can see a way out of your problems, both of them. There's no way that Helen will want to see you when you're wanted by the police. But if you were to make a statement of the right sort, well, things might be different.
A confession? So you can make a case against Kearton?
Well, time has passed. You admit to the crime. You didn't gain by it. So a judge might look very favourably on it all.
When did you leave, Helen?
Caton threatened to implicate her if I stayed.
You weren't aware of the truth of it? That he wanted her for himself?
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for. The judges have marked the papers, and I'm told we have an outright winner. And the winner is... Blimey. Al Fentress. Are you sure about this? Hang on, Al Fentress and partner. That explain it, won't it? Here we are, Alf. Here are your prizes, courtesy of Hamilton's Hardware. 2 very elegant Swiss Army knives. So let's hear it for Mr. Hamilton.
Hey.
Hamilton Hardware. There we are. Well done, Alf.
Who was his partner?
No idea.
Well done, Al.
Mike and Tricia Summerby. Have you seen?
What's holding hands under the table, yeah.
Well, how long's it been going on?
Ooh, ever since yesterday.
Well, Tom and Doris Bilbrow, they're going the same way.
I very much doubt it, Alf.
Have you got over it?
Oh, come in. I heard we won the treasure hunt.
Yes. I bought you a prize.
Oh. It's just what I always wanted.
Well, I've only had mine 2 days, and already I wouldn't be without it. In all the years I've known you, Helen, I've always wanted to ask you one big question.
Sounds interesting.
What would you do if Alan was to turn up here?
I suppose, after the shock of it, we carry on where we left off.
A sign of a good friendship, my wife says. I've got something else for you. I left it in the car. Pour me a cup, will you?
So leave the ways that are making you be.
You've got 15 minutes.
Leave the ways that are making you love what you really don't want to love.
Still don't lock your door, then?
No. Deep down, I must be waiting for someone to walk through it.
Sorry. I got held up at the office. They've given me 15 minutes.
Well, you best sit down then.
Do you want me to do it, Sergeant?
Nope.
Thanks for the offer.
Harold James Caton, I'm arresting you on suspicion of theft. You're not obliged to say anything, but anything you do say will be taken down and may be used in evidence against you.
Ladies and gentlemen, when I first dreamed the dream of Scripps Vineyards, I did so with a vaguely cynical mood. But once the project got a momentum, then my view of it changed. changed, and I now see names like Bordeaux, Loire, mentioned in the same breath as North Yorkshire.
Vernon, we've got a darts match on at 8 o'clock.
Oh, yes. Perhaps we should try the wine, ladies and gentlemen, on offer. The first is the Pinot Noir. As you can see, it's a full-bodied wine and from a grape grown in our sister vineyard in northwest France.
But this isn't a Pinot Noir.
I'm sorry?
It's a mixture of Merlot and Cabernet Franc grapes. Quite a fine example of Saint-Emilion. Chateau Colombet, if I'm not mistaken. There's this. There's no more a Madeleine Angevine than I am.
I don't believe I've had the pleasure.
No, we missed each other. Henry Swarbrick, chairman of the North Riding Vintners.
Oh, well, perhaps we could talk about this at a more convenient time.
No, hang on a sec. We'd like to hear about it, seeing as we've placed an order for Christmas. What exactly we bought then, Mr. Swarbrick?
Well, I've tasted 2 wines from the proposed Scripps Vineyard, and I have to tell you that neither would grow in England. Certainly not in the North Riding.
Well, I think it's a case of in vino veritas.
Is that a case of one of our wines, Mr. Vernon?